Hi everyone, Simon here with a review of Hoggy 2. Hoggy 2, which I got because it's on sale at the moment on the PlayStation Network store, is available for PS4 and PlayStation Vita as a cross-buy, but also Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PC, Android and iOS and Mac. Breathe. This is a mobile-centric styled platform game that all revolves around gravity. You control one of the two Hoggies, either Mr. or Mrs. I'm assuming, and every time you jump you switch polarity of gravity. So you'll be jumping but flipping so that you then end up on the ceiling and vice versa. And each of the game's 200 initial levels revolve around this. The game kind of shoots itself in the foot because it's a Ratalaika Games game, and so you can go for the Platinum Trophy and get it by just completing the first 25 levels, I think it is roughly, before you unlock and kill the first boss. However, the game gets good after that. So if you are genuinely looking for a puzzle platformer style game that has lots of different mechanics and isn't afraid of showing them, grab this because it's cheap, but kind of pursue beyond the platinum because that was where I found most of my enjoyment. The game has lots of different ideas. So firstly, it will just be about just traversing the gravity by flipping up and down and so on and so forth. So far, so simple with the platforming. But then it will introduce switches that are colour-coded. It will also introduce enemies that you'll need to kind of bonk like a Mario block, and then they'll come to life. But then you'll need to kind of arrange levels so that they then smash through brick walls for you or explode sections of bombs for you. Then there'll be enemies that kind of spot you and then charge towards you, and so you need to kind of like drag them around but then jump out of the way at the last minute. And actually I was pleasantly surprised by how in-depth the game then goes with lots of these different mechanics, constantly evolving and adding new things and making you think. Where I felt the game really stood out was when it started to introduce things like movable blocks that if you jump onto from either below or above, they'll start shifting the level around. And the reason why that interested me was because quite often that would be teamed up with an enemy that you'd need to set loose and almost like a pinball machine, kind of watch it smash everything up. So you'd need to calculate how the level would work. And it started to feel at times a little bit like those crazy machine style games where you've got to kind of set up all of the bowling pins to like knock over. You're doing that but with a enemy in a platform game, and that was really where the game shone for me. Outside of that, there is also for all platforms a level creator, so you can actually create your own levels and have those challenges yourself. On different platforms you're able to upload that onto the service itself. I had trouble with the PS4 version being able to do any of that, but the level editor did work fine as an actual function for me to play my own levels locally. I'm assuming with PC and with mobile you'd be able to then upload and then play those through Steam Workshop or whatever, however that is implemented. And that then basically extends the life of this game much further. There are one or two problems with Hoggy 2 that I just think you should be aware of. The first one is that Hoggy the character is actually bigger on screen than his hit detection is, but that kind of brings up a couple of things. Firstly, he clips into things even though he shouldn't. And the game recognises that because it doesn't necessarily kill you in it, but it does make some of the precision-based levels really quite difficult to judge. So quite often you'll be needing to flip in between like very specific gaps in spikes, and later on in the game when things become timing based and speed based and it feels more action leveled based, I found that caused me issues. The other thing as well is that Hoggy as a character is not necessarily the most elegant and so his movement is quite slow and woolly because it's mobile first, this game, and then console second, and so it doesn't really lend itself well to some of the precision action based stuff, specifically that people that build levels seem to be doing by the looks of it, but also some of the later stuff, and particularly like boss fights and things like that I found were some of the clunkiest and more awkward parts of the game that kind of let down the overall experience somewhat. However, if you're looking for quick platinums, you get 2 for the price of 1 if you've got a Vita, but actually the game is far better than it gets credit for, and yeah, I just wanted to give it like a little 1.5 thumbs up. You guys will take care, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again on Higher Plane Games. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a collection of media projects ran by me. If you like what you see and want to find out more, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support can make so much more possible, be that a like, a comment, a share, or a pledge. Thanks for watching.